We've all heard the saying, if you build it, they will come. And the truth is, if you build something of necessity and value, that's a fact. They will come. But what about those instances where they show up while you're building? The point I'm getting at is that's exactly what has happened with Cardano. I've literally seen people make jokes about Cardano that didn't even know what a blockchain was 12 months prior. And you can quickly tell who's been in this space and who hasn't, because for all the flack that Cardano gets about taking all of that time to have a working product, people tend to forget about how long we've been waiting on ETH 2.0. And let's face it, with projects in general, it just takes time. But haters tend to be silent about these same issues in blockchains that they really favor, and they tend to exacerbate it in those that they don't like for various reasons. It took some of you all more than 7 years to graduate from college, yet you think that Charles Hoskinson should be able to create, implement, train developers on a new programming language, achieve mass adoption. Oh, and by the way, let's not forget, make you a millionaire overnight. The reason most blockchains have haters and people get mad is for one reason. It's about the price and it's about the money. It's not about the technology. It's not about anything else. And for the record, I am a lover of several base layer protocols because I understand that the future has to be about interoperability. There's not going to be one standalone blockchain. There's people that think it is, but I just don't think that's the case. And that's why I have exposure to a number of base layer protocols, as well as other projects out there in various ecosystems. But much of today's video is about price, so I'm going to give you what you're looking for. I'm going to explain to you why ADA is primed to get back to and surpass its all-time high price, as well as I'm going to explain to you why the Cardano ecosystem is about to explode. And last but not least, I will explain to you why I believe the price prediction that I gave of Cardano reaching in between $7 and $10 during this bull run was underestimated. I believe it's going to do better than that, and I will explain where I think it'll end up. So stick around and you get my updated price prediction for this bull run. I'll start off with some simple data to suggest the growth of the ecosystem. So let's start off with staking. Currently, 70% of all ADA are staked. Now that comes out to 23.7 billion ADA currently staked. Just so you are aware, that puts it in second place out of all cryptos in terms of that percent of assets that are staked, and only Solana is higher than ADA in this category. Now, in terms of the price, how does staking affect the price? Well, more coins staked means less supply on the open market, and as people continue to buy, that helps with a positive effect on the price. So staking is generally a good thing for the price. And remember that Cardano is a proof of stake blockchain, so having more coins staked is better for the security and health of the network overall. Next, let's talk about the growth of the wallets on Cardano. In terms of addresses, the number of addresses has increased by more than 1,200% year over year, which obviously shows you that the interest is continuing to grow, and that is up to over 2.5 million addresses. Just by the end of November, month over month, there was an increase of over 200% in terms of active addresses. Those are addresses where transactions are taking place, whether it's sending or receiving, but month over month, for that to be up 200% is a big number. So all that activity is a great sign. Regardless of the product at this point, when you look at those things happening, they are happening for a reason. Another metric is total value locked. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. In terms of Cardano with total value locked, there basically is zero value locked at this point. Now, many people would see that as a negative thing. I see it absolutely positive, and I'm going to explain why. First of all, let me explain total value locked, or TVL, as it's usually referred as. To put it simple, total value locked represents the number of assets that are currently being staked in a specific protocol. This value is not meant to represent the number of outstanding loans, but rather the total amount of underlying supply that is being secured by a specific application by DeFi completely. So when you participate in yield farming and different DeFi protocols, that is considered locked value. So you can see right here, 62% of all locked value resides on the Ethereum blockchain. And when we're talking about a monetary value, we're talking about $162 billion as the chart right here shows. And you can see some of those other ones ranked behind it. The top 5 are Ethereum, Terra, Binance Smart Chain, Solana, and AVAX. None of those compared to Ethereum. However, still big numbers. Now, if we were currently in a position where Cardano was already higher up that list, and we'll say the top 10 or top 5, how much opportunity does that present for you? Now, it obviously does present opportunity, because even with Ethereum being at 162 billion, there's more opportunity. We are early in this blockchain space, but having all these people that are ready to hop in whenever the time comes where they can do so gives you an opportunity to capitalize on that. That is why the fact Cardano basically has zero value locked currently is such a positive thing. That's just the way that I see it. According to Charles Hoskinson, there's currently 127 projects either planning or currently working on the Cardano blockchain. As well, he stated that DEXs are coming within the next couple of weeks. The DEX that I have that will be the front runner for the Cardano blockchain is SundaeSwap. Now, I've done multiple videos on SundaeSwap, and if you want to watch those to get more of an understanding and see all things SundaeSwap, click the link up above. Now, think about Uniswap and what that did for Ethereum, and if you weren't around then, Binance Smart Chain and PancakeSwap, and how much that ecosystem grew very quickly. You'll start to see some yield farming and various DeFi protocols that do come out of that. Also, you're going to see people take their ADA that they're staking. They're likely to unstake some of that and start to swap for other projects that are launching that they're interested in. So that's going to be a big deal as well. And the biggest thing that the DEX is going to provide is just more activity. People will use their ADA to swap for tokens on the DEX. They'll also start to provide liquidity. New projects will start to launch through the DEX. Now, another project that I want to highlight really quickly is ADA Finance. I'm going to be partnering with them to bring you some content about what I've deemed the first bank of Cardano. So I'll be telling you about their DeFi lending and borrowing protocol, which I really think is going to be an excellent project. So in the coming up weeks, I will have content about ADA Finance coming out. You should certainly check it out. Think of a MakerDAO, a Compound, and projects like that. But they have something that I like even more with their NFT bonding. So anyway, just wanted to call that out. I will have some content coming on that. Joshua Miller, who actually was assistant to Charles Hoskinson from 2017 to 2020, stated recently that there have been over 1.7 million NFTs minted on Cardano. Now, that's obviously no number to scoff at. At this point, NFTs are more and more at the forefront of the cryptocurrency space, and that's going to continue to happen. So when you think about 1.7 million NFTs being minted, that's just another example of the activity and things that are going on within the Cardano ecosystem. My initial projection for where the price is going to head during this bull market cycle was $7 to $10. Somewhere in between $7 to $10. Now, I also initially had that this bull run would end sometime around this quarter, the end of the year, or the beginning of 2022. It does not look like that's going to happen, and for that reason, and some other reasons, I think the price is going to end up being higher. Let me explain. So take all of the things that I just mentioned: staking, the growth of the addresses, total value locked, or the opportunity that still exists in terms of total value locked, the fact that a Dex is coming, and NFTs. All that activity is prime for Cardano to see a big jump in the price. And beyond that, what else is important is, with an extended cycle, it's more opportunity. So while prices may have went down, more accumulation is happening. That is going to present an opportunity for what I think will allow Cardano to reach a price of somewhere between $12 and $15. This time last year, Cardano was 15 cents. So in the grand scheme of things, that is massive positivity in price action in a short time frame. Don't be fooled. Right now is the time you should strongly consider, should you be accumulating more Cardano. Now remember, I am not a financial advisor, and before you invest in anything, make sure that you do your own research and seek the help of a financial advisor. You could consider Cardano like a concert with tons of people outside, angry, waiting to get in. But to that point, I would not suggest now is the time to throw your ticket away and go home. Thank you. Hit the like. Do me a favor. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment. That helps as well. Always enjoy the back and forth. If you want to stay up to date on the latest content that I drop, hit the bell for notification. And thank you for watching Perry Unlikely, and I will see you next time.